This is Cardboard Convos, the podcast where trading card expert Tony Reed breaks down the world of buying, selling, and trading cards. Whether you're new to the hobby or chasing the next big pool, Tony's got the insights to help you level up your collection.
Here we go. Episode 3 with Cardboard Convos. I'm Chad Evans. Tony Reed is in the house here in the Stone State studio. Before we get going on with this thing, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, the comments and the shares are greatly appreciated. And we're looking forward to episode 3. Last episode, we went through all my wax.
We did.
We went through all my cards.
We did.
And we found out that I have roughly $17.
That's pretty accurate. That's a fair
roughly
assessment.
about $17 worth of value for that. And I sold them. I sold every one of them.
Did you really?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. All
no,
right.
I should have, though. Yeah. My mom watched the episode.
Did she?
Yeah.
Nice.
And she goes, now you're telling me you only have that much money on those cards? Now we are going with card. Now what?
My dad says the same thing.
Yeah,
He's convinced the cards he bought me in the 80s
it's like it's impossible.
Yeah, can't even fathom. That's true.
Yeah. So how's the industry right now? How are we looking?
Good. I mean, I feel like it's in a weird spot because after the National ends, the big card show for the year, it was in Chicago. That's about a month ago. There's like this lull. It's almost like the pre-Christmas retail environment. It feels like 'cause even at the shop, there's like this kind of lull that we're waiting to break and be busy, basically. That's kind of where we're at. So we're in this lull, and it's like, all right, when are we going to really kick it up? There haven't been any crazy releases the last few weeks as far as cards. That's part of it. A couple of the big releases have been, I don't want to say duds, but kind of, sort of. So it's just like a weird kind of like holding pattern almost. At least I feel like day to day in the store, it feels that way.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited to get into some discussions. We have some questions that need to be answered. I've seen some questions come through your Facebook page that we're going to address those questions. We're also going to talk about this card that you have. We're not going to do that right now.
No.
And you want to wait and see what kind of card Tony has brought in to share with us today, and he does have a backstory with it. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited, I'm so comfortable, I'm going to enjoy a beer.
Dang!
While we're having a podcast.
True to my own form. You have a beer, I'll have a Coke.
Yes. So I partake in alcoholic beverages. You do not. See, we're different people.
We are,
but yet we're able to get along.
But yeah, we can come together. And
talk sports cards. You tell me that Mike Schmidt card that I have isn't worth anything. I politely disagree that it is worth something.
As long as we have open dialogue, we're good.
As long as we have open dialogue, we're going to be fine.
Agreed.
That's what it's all about. So how do you want to get the show started?
With a surprise. How else? How else would we start a show with other than a surprise for Chad?
I'm nervous.
Don't be. So here's the backstory. So I was at the shop yesterday. Someone walks in that we both know pretty well, throws a big box of cards up on the counter and shares a couple cool stories and pulls out a card for each of us. So,
a gift.
Yes.
One for you.
He's
and one
fan of the podcast. He watches it. So we'll have you open that.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yes. You open that bad boy and see what's in there. Hint, it's not sealed at the top. It should be easy to get in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look at that.
What is going on?
1985 top super Mike Schmidt.
Mint.
PSA 9.
What?
Yeah. Gift.
Is this person going to remain anonymous?
No, heck no. We'll talk. After I pull out my matching 1985 top super Mike Schmidt.
Hey, look at us.
Dang.
Dude.
Yeah. That is a cool ass card though. And to be in that good a shape is really cool.
I obviously don't have a card or any kind of cardboard that's been graded. This is I'm 45.
Now, not only do you have a card, you have a monstrous.
I have a monster Mike Schmidt card. I didn't even know they made these.
I did. And
you did. What did the packs look like?
Good question. So they were 3 card packs, right, in a 24 pack box, like a standard box of cards, except the cards were monstrous. 50 cents a pack. You got 3 cards in it. It was a 60 card set, and it was all like the stars of the time. You know, it's Ozzie Smith, it's Cal Ripken Jr., it's Pete Rose, and of course Schmitty. So super. They basically are 5x7s. They're just a touch under 5x7s. So it's a special PSA case, clearly, to house that card.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So
you know where it came from?
Where it came from?
Jake Davis.
Jake Davis.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah. So he was in the shop. He came in. He had picked up a PSA return. These were in there. Was a fan of the show. He watched the last few episodes. He obviously at this point knows Chad's a Schmitty guy and literally just gave me 2 of these.
Listen, I've known Jake for a long time, and he's a great guy and a great family. And he has a shop, so we got to drop him. So
exactly.
I think it's Triple Crown.
It is. It was Jake's Collectibles.
Yeah.
It's in Elisburg.
Yeah.
And it's Triple Crown Collectibles now. Yep.
Jake, thank you for this. This is going to be in the podcast studio for every show, and cheers to you, my friend.
Yeah. See?
That's awesome.
Now, that was a surprise.
If there's anybody else that would enjoy the podcast to give us free things, you know.
I'm thinking maybe I'm wearing these homage shirts quite often. I figure maybe at some point, I think I wear them pretty well. I mean, at some point. Exactly what I thought. We have to at least put one of them on the set for sure. Perfect.
That's awesome.
Mwah.
I think Jake should come on the show.
He should.
You know,
I agree. I had said that to him. We had like a 20-minute conversation. I said that to him at one point. Definitely.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Come on, share some stories. That's kind of what we want to get to at some point. Not make it maybe an every episode occurrence, but have people that have like incredible card stories. He told me a few that were incredible. I'm like, dude, we need to get this on pod. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Jake, thank you very much, man. That's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
Let's go over some questions.
Yes.
That people have submitted. So the first question comes from Brent Leitzel.
Yes.
Brent says, do you remember your first pack of cards you bought? And if so, do you have a memory attached to them? Now, before you answer, he has a story.
Yes, he does. It's a great one.
And this is why we do this. This is the coolest part of collecting cards. Brent says that his first pack was an 88 Topps rack pack bought at the Little League World Series Museum on a field trip. We're all trying to find Gooden or Strawberry Glossy All-Star cards.
That's right.
Yeah, 1988. Brent, thanks for your question. Your answer. Do you remember your first pack?
It's funny because I tried to jog my memory.
Yeah.
I do not remember my first pack of cards. I couldn't think. I know I went to Collector's Haven a bunch as a kid down there at the corner.
Yeah.
In Front Street in Norrie up from Duke. I went to Schaefer's a lot as a kid as soon as I could talk someone into driving me to Winfield or up to Lewisburg at the time before he moved. What I do remember about Brent specifically, him and I traded cards religiously. We were big time collectors, you know, when we were 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Very regularly, especially during the summer, I'd gather up all my cards. I'd walk 2 or 3 blocks up to his house. We both had cards just scattered on his bedroom floor, and we would trade for hours. Like, those are some of my most fond memories as a kid.
Yeah.
Brent and I, Brent with the question, it was, 1990 Lee Frank Thomas is getting traded, the 89 Griffey stuff, that whole era. It was just, it was so much fun. So I don't remember my first card pack, but I do remember a lot of awesome memories with Brent, which is kind of ironic that he had asked that question. So
I know we were talking a little bit before we started the show about first pack, and I don't remember, but grew up in the coal region. I live in Ralpho Township, which is I have a Shamokin address. Long story. I'm not from Shamokin, but I'm close enough. And my mom at the time, in the 80s, worked at Ames, and they had cards there. I know Kmart had cards. There was a place called Jamesway in that Coal Region Plaza out there. That's long gone. But and of course, Big Ed's. Big Ed's was a legendary spot in Shamokin to find your cards, and he's actually my neighbor. He's long gone, but I for some reason it's ingrained in my brain. It's a Topps pack. It's the green Topps pack.
Maybe 87 Topps?
Could it probably? Yeah,
honestly, I believe that
would
was
make
green.
Perfect sense if it was. And I think Mom bought it for me, or Dad bought it for me, or something like that. But
it could have been a Barry Bonds rook lurking in there.
Well, it's in the trash.
Or the Bo Jackson rookie cup.
Yeah, sure. And you're like, now keep these cards because they're going to be worth money. Because
Be worth at least $3 in 30 years.
I think Dad had like, I don't know, 55 Mickey Mantles.
Yeah, that's the... Those are the people telling you to keep your cards, the guys that are stashing the Mantles.
Sure, yeah. So, Brent, thanks for your question. We appreciate it. Next question comes from Todd Newcomer.
Yes, Todd,
And,
loyal customer at the shop. We love Todd.
Great guy, Todd is. Should you grade a 1 of 1?
My quick one-word answer is no.
No.
A 1 of 1 is already maximum scarcity. Even if it's manufactured scarcity, it's a 1 of 1. It's the only one. So me as an individual, as a collector, I would not. It stands alone. It's a 1 of 1. It's the only copy. To grade a card, personally, I would do it for the protection of the card, obviously, the authenticity, and then the grade, which you would hope would increase the value of the card. That's pretty straightforward reasons to grade.
Okay.
None of those would apply with that card. Generally speaking, a 1 of 1. A lot of times a 1 of 1 card's probably a mem card, an autograph card, a thicker card. Those are always really rough around the edges. Literally, you're going to see damage with a lot of the thicker cards. To me, there's no point. You have the only copy. If you grade it and it's a 7 or 8, it's almost that's almost a detracting factor of the card. A 10, obviously, if it looks like it would gem, if you are almost convinced that it will gem and get a 10, maybe. Beyond that, if you can see any issues, I wouldn't even think of it. It's already a 1 of 1. You're only gonna detract from the card if it comes back a low grade.
Off the top of your head, what's like right now today? What is like the most popular 1 of 1?
That's a loaded question because everything's got manufactured scarcity now. They make 1 of 1s of almost every card in every product. So that used to mean something. It's meaning a tiny, tiny bit less. I'll tell you 1 of 1 I just bought earlier this week.
What's that?
A.J. Brown, rookie. Eagles wide receiver. I took a little bit of a gamble. I usually don't buy like modern guys, but it's a 2019 select. So it's a horizontal card. It has his Nike swoosh as the game used, the memorabilia piece. It's literally the swoosh. It's autographed, and it's literally a 1 of 1. I'm like, that's a cool ass card.
That is a cool
I couldn't pass up on that.
Wow.
I'll make sure to throw the card up on the screen here with a reel. But it's a beautiful card. It's a prism card, so it sparkles. And
is it for sale?
I literally just put it in the PC today.
Did you?
Literally,
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a million different 1 of 1s that are really cool. So that's just the one that was off the top of my mind now.
You say you're at the shop tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're recording this on a Friday. I'm with the kids all day tomorrow, and maybe they need to go on a little field trip. So maybe we'll come.
Izzy
over.
will be with me actually for at least half the day.
Oh, well, then my Izzy will maybe.
There you go.
We'll see. Thanks for your question, Todd. We appreciate it. Again, we encourage everybody to follow Tony or Cardboard Convos on Facebook, and he'll post to say, hey, what's your question for the next podcast? Yeah. And we appreciate the response. And do you know this lady, Janice?
What's her last name?
Mayor Albertson.
I think I've
Janice
heard.
S. Mayor Albertson.
Sounds
got
familiar.
A lot of names.
Rings a bell. That rings a bell.
Well, we know Janice.
Yeah. Jan is my mom. Hey, Mom.
Your mommy.
How's it going?
Your mommy submitted this question, and it's a really good question.
It's a good question.
Not that why would we sound surprised? Moms know best, right? Janice says, is the rarest card still a Honus Wagner?
Again, we're going to go negative on that. It is not.
It's not the rarest card.
The T206 Honus Wagner is not.
But why is it so valuable then?
Well, here's the thing.
Please.
So now, with all the knowledge and information we have, experts would say there's somewhere between 50 and 100 of that card actually in existence. So
out there in the wild somewhere.
Yeah. So as far as rarity, we talked about manufactured scarcity, these 1 of 1s, and every product has 1 of 1s and 1 of 5s and 1 of 10. So technically those cards are all more scarce. Obviously nowhere near the importance of the Wagner. The Wagner, although not the rarest card, is still probably the most famous and significant and important card in the history of sports cards.
Why?
Because it's been that way since I could walk.
I know, but why? Like, how did it all start?
Well, here's the thing with the Honus Wagner card. We're going to talk a lot about the T206 set today.
Yeah, real soon.
Yeah, real soon. A lot of T206 talk today, a lot of tobacco card talk. So that card, in that set, not to not to dig into the story here in a few minutes, but the T206 set is a monstrous set. It's considered by many to be the greatest single baseball card set ever produced. So the Honus Wagner has always been the centerpiece of that. Initially, it was thought that there were only 3 or 4 or 5 in the world. Even back when we were kids, Wayne Gretzky and his business partners bought one. It was the card that crossed over into mainstream culture.
I agree. Yeah, that infamous story of a kid digging in his backyard and there's a tin can with a Honus Wagner in it. I don't know if that's true, but I remember that story like it was yesterday.
It's legend. It's like a legend. It's taken on a life of its own. So it's always held that place, and the value kind of came after, if you will. People started bidding it up, and these like we've talked before, these cards are like the ones that are blue chip investments, pieces of art, beachfront real estate. Like that's the Honus Wagner. So it just appreciates in value by the minute, literally. So it's not that rare, but it is still so significant and so important in the hobby that with any sale, it's going to be a record sale.
It's the holy grail of the cards.
It literally is the holy. And now the 52 Topps Mantle has kind of chugged along, and it's kind of not quite neck and neck, but the 52 Mantle's very close.
That's such a sexy card.
Yeah, but that T206 Honus Wagner, and there's it's all shrouded in mystery. There's a lot of stories behind it. The initial story was that it is scarcer than the other cards in that set, no doubt. It's scarcer than any other card in that T206 set. And there is only one Honus, like we were talking earlier. There are multiple cards, multiple versions of the vast majority of that set. There is only one Honus. So that alone, the scarcity is built in. Then there's the urban legend of why Honus himself wanted it pulled from the tobacco products. The initial story was that Honus himself demanded this card be pulled from product because he didn't want kids buying his image on a tobacco product. Now, that was the original story. It's come out later that maybe there was a contractual dispute. So, you can believe what you like. But for whatever reason, he wanted his card pulled from the products, and it was. So there's just this snowball of legendary, tidbits around this card that have made it the most iconic card ever produced. And like I said, the snowball keeps rolling down the hill and keeps growing every time. So
the experts are saying there's about 50 to 100 of those.
I would say it's in the 50 to 60 range. That's probably 50 fair to 60 right now.
Out there in the wild.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them probably
in
in high-end collections that we might not see until someone passes, things like that. Like some of these cards, people will buy them to flip them on a grand scale. Other people are collectors and they want, if I'm a collector, I want that. That's the art. I want that Honus. I want the Mona Lisa, in the collection. It's kind of what it becomes. And it's truly where it's at.
Okay. So what is the rarest card? Do we have an idea?
Again, with excluding all the ultra modern stuff where they build in the scarcity and rarity, there are a lot of cards turn of the century, like tobacco cards and things in that era. Yeah. And prior, let's dig into this, and I can answer that question better. How about that?
Let's dig into this specific card that you brought with us today. You come in the studio, go check it out, check it out. So go ahead.
I forgot. You know what? We need to do one other thing.
What?
Back to Brent Leitzel's point.
Oh, you want to rip one?
Yeah. Look at this bad boy.
Look at this.
Look at this. Brent Leitzel, this is for you, buddy. I know it's not cello or rack pack. The funny part of this is I bought this 2 weeks ago knowing I wanted to put some open boxes of cards on the shelves for some background viewing pleasure. And then Brent hits me with the 88 Topps question, which is really cool. So we have a sealed box of 88 Topps. We're going to open this.
This is so exciting.
We're going to open this and each rip a pack in a...
I am honored to rip a pack with Tony Reed.
In Brent Leitzel's honor, and for a little more visual for our set. Brand new, bam, 88 Topps. $24.99 all in.
You never know. You never know. So what are we looking for?
Look at that.
Tom Glavine.
Are you eating the gum?
No.
Hell yeah. I'll eat your gum.
You're going to eat my gum?
So beautiful full box of 88 Topps. Chad?
This is so exciting.
Do the honors, stick your pick.
This is exciting.
I'm going to go upper right, and then we'll look at this. Here's another key to the old school boxes.
That feels so good in your hand, doesn't it?
Look, we got to pop this out properly. Oh, I already messed it up.
My hands got bigger since I was 8 years old.
1988. And look at this bad boy.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Display this Bam.
Now tell me that doesn't take you back.
You walk in a five and dime or your local drugstore, you tell me you're not clearing that box out. Come on now.
Don Mattingly right there.
Yes. Donnie Base, Matt Noakes.
Win a trip to 1989 spring training. Spring Fever Baseball.
You think it's too late? Should we send it in?
Never say it's too late.
Should we send her in?
All right, I'm going to go first.
Do it.
Because I'm too... look, you hear the sound, man.
The pack.
This is the wax.
Wax pack. This is wax right here, baby.
All right.
Glavin, let's go. We're cheering for $1 card.
Here's your gum.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay, here we go. We got the...
There's your send-in card.
I'll fill it out. Send it in. We're going to start it off with Vance Law.
Boom.
Oh, future stars. Joey Mayer.
There's still a chance, Joey. Still a chance.
One of the best closers in all of baseball. Lee Smith.
Hell yeah.
That's probably a mint 10. Ricky Horton. Who's that? Rick Cerrone?
Yeah.
Rick Cerrone.
I've interviewed Rick Cerrone. Great guy.
Of course you have. Butch.
Weininger?
Yeah. This is exciting. Denny Walling.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett Saberhagen.
Nice.
For the Royals.
Talk about a guy who had a 3 or 4 year window of just utter dominance.
He was dominant.
He was.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Mark Ciardi. Ken Phelps.
There you go.
There's one for you. Look at that.
That
picture.
stash, that
lefty,
here's
the
another
actual
thing glasses.
If you watch like old school baseball, and I'm talking old school like in the 80s and stuff, they all look like they're 65 years old. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I just pulled it.
What?
Nolan Ryan.
There you go.
Nolan Ryan. That might be $1.
Yeah, that's in good shape, man.
That's in great shape.
Well centered, clean.
Nolan Ryan. Eat your heart out. Dave Dravecki.
Oh.
Larry Sheets.
Not with a Z, though.
No, not with a C, but I think it is Larry, isn't it? It's Steve Sheets.
Yes, I think it's Steve.
Dude, Greg Gross. Another example. Does he look like he's 60? He looked like he just retired from teaching school for 35 years.
Yeah, math maybe?
Maybe shop.
Okay, all right.
And Jim Morrison, not the musician, but Jim Morrison. There you go.
Now we're going to go through to the other side.
All right.
Dun-dun-dun-ch. And I'm going to open a pack of 80. By the way, that gum's gone. It's disintegrated.
I would imagine that just melted.
It was like...
Yeah.
Should I go for piece 2, or do I want to survive one more day? By the way.
I think you'll be fine.
It's not that bad.
No, it's gum. It doesn't go bad.
Oh, I'm going to cut this.
Yeah, you got to cut it, flip it around, and go.
Bam.
Yep.
Same as Chab.
Yep.
Don Robinson.
Not bad. That's not centered cut.
That is
a
horribly
terrible card.
miscut. Almost miscut. It's definitely off center. Ken Howell. Bam. Oh, here we go. First All-Star card. Kirby Puckett. Let's go.
Oh, Kirby.
Kirby.
Man, was he good.
200 hits a year for 700 years. Billy Hatcher, Astros underrated star. Lance McCullers. Son made it to the bigs. Not recently. He's been there forever. Tigers team card. Trammell and Gibby on there. That's what's up. Mike Moore. Man, we are striking out with the big names, aren't we? Kurt Wilkerson.
There's one.
Pat Clements. Man, oh man. I guess we make 792 cards.
1988.
Frank DePino. Woo. Ozzie Guillen.
There's one. There's Oz.
Ozzie Guillen. Mark Ryle. Oh my goodness. Don Sutton, 300-game winner.
Thank you.
Obviously, twilight of his career. Don Sutton. Tim Wallach. There's a guy out there that collects every Tim Wallach card. He will take, not that I'm going out of my way, but yeah, he will collect every Tim Wallach card. And John Morris. Wow.
Well, I tell you what, maybe what we'll do, if anybody wants these cards,
yeah,
you could have them.
Yeah.
How about that? If anybody's collecting, we got them.
By all means.
We got them for you. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
That is.
All right. Well, there you go. We struck out.
Totally. Not with this bad boy, though.
No. So tell us about what you brought here.
So what I brought today, I thought with the show being Cardboard Convos, it only made sense to bring cards in to talk about.
Have a conversation about the cardboard.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but that kind of makes some sense, right?
That tracks.
So, definitely. So I brought one of them. I bought cards a few days ago. I was talking about the A.J. Brown, but prior to that, this is the most recent card I've bought for my personal collection. If you can see it there. It's a T206 Cy Young PSA 1. It's got the Piedmont back. And my personal favorite aspect is it's the portrait version. So Cy Young, obviously the winningest pitcher, baseball history, 511 wins. No one even gets 250 anymore. Like,
it'll never happen.
It's never happening. So whatever you think of stats from back in the turn of the century, arguably the greatest, most dominant pitcher ever, right? So I wanted to add the earliest Cy Young that I could afford to my collection. I love the T206. We're going to dig into the T206 set a bit here. So we showed my Cy Young, right? We showed the Cy Young. Cy Young has 3 cards in this set. He has one, they're kind of more action shots, kind of, sort of. One where he's throwing the ball and you can see his bare hand. So that's called Cy Young bare hand shows. Simple enough, right? He has another card where he's throwing, but from a different angle, and you can see his glove. So it's Cy Young glove showing. And he has the portrait card that I have here. I'm a huge fan of the portrait cards. I just think they're timeless. They're elegant. They're just like the perfect snapshot into that.
That's your tobacco
era.
card.
The portraits, to me, the T206 portraits are tobacco cards. So I love that card. Where you get really deep into the weeds on this, there are over, like I said, Cy Young, 3 cards. Ty Cobb has 4 cards. Christy Mathewson has 3 cards. A guy named Hal Chase, who I don't know, I don't blame you for not knowing who that is, has 5 cards in that set. Different imagery on the front, right? Different cards. So that's not even the half of it. So these guys have multiple cards, but where it gets interesting is when you flip to the back. These are, for a lack of a better way of putting it, literally cigarette advertisements at the turn of the last century. These cards were inserted. One was inserted into literally a pouch of tobacco in its own little paper, pouch, and you would rip that pouch open and you would find a card. And they might not even be sports. They were like non-sports. It was like animals and other things and other items. So you weren't guaranteed a baseball card if you open one of those.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I actually saw one.
It was kind of like one of the things at the bottom of a Crack Jack box.
Kind of,
it was in tobacco packs.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really good analogy, actually. Yes, it is. So this set has 524 different images on the front of the cards, right? Well, when we flip to the back, there were at least, bare minimum, there were 16 different tobacco companies advertising on the backs of the cards. Some people, if you want to really get technical, there's people claim that there's 30 plus backs. So bare minimum, there's 16 backs. Now, not every card has 16 backs. I'm not taking it that far. But there are so many combinations of fronts and backs of these cards. Some are more rare than others. Common backs. Obviously, I got the common Piedmont because that's what you can afford, right? So Piedmont's common. Sweet Caporal or Sweet Cap is a common back. Polar Bear, which is like Polar Bear backs are the most colorful. It's literally like a blue bleed back with the white letters Polar Bear.
Okay.
It's the most colorful one of all of them. Old Mills, generally a common back. The more rare backs, there's a Ty Cobb back. And they're almost non-existent. When you talk about rarity, they're almost non-existent. There's a Lennox back. There's a drum back. There's a Hindu back. They're all types of tobacco and cigarettes, and they were literally just advertisements. In a weird and sad way, they were geared towards young kids to try and get them to
we're
smoke
talking
cigarettes or use tobacco. 1909 to 1911. I mean, revisionist history, yeah. Sure, but. And I just, like, we talk a lot about works of art. Like, this is a work of art to me at this point. You're almost 120 years later. These guys are like mythical figures, the guys from this era that played ball. Like, so, I mean, they're just really cool. So as we're talking about fronts and backs and combinations, it's believed that there are over 6,000 different card combinations of this set. It's literally called the Monster for that reason. People dedicate their lives to trying to either understand this set completely, piece it together as a collector. Like it's literally the Monster with over 6,000. And that's to this day. I mean, we might find more backs, more fronts, more options that just haven't surfaced yet.
Yeah. Wow. So do they have a combination that's the most valuable, the most sought after combination, or don't we know that?
Yeah, like the Ty Cobb's up there. Like, so there's a couple, again, they're super rare. And I don't want to misspeak because there's so many combinations. Like I wouldn't want to, leave any out. But the ones I mentioned as far as the backs, some people collect by back. They want to collect the Piedmonts, or they want to collect the Hindus, or they want to collect the polar bears because they're the most colorful. Some people collect obviously by player, like a lot of us do. We collect the players we like. Some people trying to find as many as they can of their favorite team and trying to do like a team set. And that's the cool thing about this. They are little works of art, and you can kind of do what you will with them. Collect how you like and what you can afford. And I mean, there's people that have there are a couple guys that have thousands of this set. They're building towards a master set someday. So
now, if somebody is interested in getting into that specific set, and they don't have any of those cards at all, where does one go to start their collection?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of resources online if you're looking just for general information. Like we know, if PSA grades a card, it's in their population report. You could go search a T206 Piedmont 150 Cy Young and say, oh, Tony this is mine. Yeah. Tony has one of 2 copies, which this is one of 2 copies at this grade. So
wow,
this card's about a $2,000 card right now. Okay, so. I mean, awesome addition to the collection. More than happy to have it. Glad it's a part of the collection. But I mean, that's a PSA 1 is $2,000. Yeah, that's just getting in the door. That's just like kicking the tires, basically. Like we said, the Honus, like we mentioned, the Honus Wagner that my mom had asked about from this very set, an SGC2, a 2, sold for $7.25 million. That was the all-time record sale before the 52 Topps Mantle.
Okay. Yeah.
Then there was a card since, an ultra modern basketball card that sold for more than that, but $7.25 million for a 2.
What was the highest grade out of that set?
That's a good question. I don't know that I have a good answer for that.
I would love to do some research.
Yeah.
Like, what is the highest grade out of this? I mean, you got to be talking about.
Yeah. Well, there's the owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He collects exclusively high-end cards. I believe he has a Honus 8, I want to say. And if they figure if that came up for auction, you're talking $100 million card. Maybe more. Like if someone could afford to pay $100, like
an 8.
Yeah. I think maybe. Again, top of the head, I think that's the highest known example. Okay. I think. He has a 52 Topps Mantle 10, I believe. That would be close to like $50 million. Like
it's a perfect card.
It's a ridiculous collection. Mr. Kendricks has a ridiculous, maybe the best card collection.
Well, maybe he should come on the show and talk about it.
I would love that. Wouldn't
that be nice?
That would be great. Can we pop them up there on the screen?
Yeah, we can pop them right there on the scrreen. And
maybe we'll try that.
Well, maybe we should try that.
Maybe we will.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. So as far as like now that, and like I said, I think it's important to talk about cards and like I'm a collector at heart. Like I'm not just coming here spouting off what's this, what's that, what I think. Like I invest a good bit of my time and energies and my finances in this industry, and I treat it like it truly is art. It is a passion of mine, and this is kind of where I'm at right now, the tobacco cards. In my actual collection, I probably don't even own 2,000 cards that I would say are in my collection that I'm keeping. So, but I say pound for pound, it's a solid 1,800 cards. So
pound for pound.
So and like I said, next I want to get a tie to go with the Cy. Okay. So I'm looking for a Ty Cobb T206, Christy Mathewson.
Yeah. Just
right up the road, right? Yep. One of the greatest pitchers ever. I'd love to add a Christy Mathewson and kind of go from there, So.
Well, maybe by next time you will.
Oh, Wow. I don't know.
But we'll do it again in 2 weeks and
Let's
see what
do
happens.
it again in 2 weeks.
Again, make sure you subscribe to Cardboard Convos, be a part of the discussion, and submit your questions to Cardboard Convos on Facebook or even on YouTube as well, or just become friends with my buddy Tony here and ask him any questions that you might have about starting your own PC, investing into this industry, and we're going to have a lot more fun on the way. We're certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. So, Tony, thanks for coming in.
Thank you,
Cardboard
sir.
Convos, looking forward to seeing you on episode 4 next time, friends.